Hi there. My name is Lorraine Charles-Hosten, and today I will be talking to you about the Surgery Center Pharmacist Consultant Program. This is by the time you've gone through this program that I'll be introducing you to, you will know exactly how to be a consultant pharmacist specifically to ambulatory surgical center. Just a little bit of history. I started a consulting company working specifically with surgery centers about 8 years ago. And it's been really exciting. As a pharmacist, I always wanted to be able to help people. And I do. I believe that's why most of us became pharmacists. But this is helping our surgery center and supporting our nurses that work in that environment while having our own business. And they are eager to learn from us because we deliver so much value. And in this short course, I will be telling you how the steps in getting you from where you are to where you can confidently provide pharmacy consulting services to these surgery center. This is a brief overview. So, for example, when I started my company 8, 9 years ago, I did not know anything about pharmacy consulting to surgery centers. And I've learned a lot along the way. And I've had some peers, some pharmacists who have been doing this for years. They have assisted me as well. And for that, I'll always be grateful. But just for our purposes here, to give you an idea of what this is about and what would be involved, the steps I went through, and this program that I'll be sharing with you, it's exactly what I wish I had when I started, and it would have saved me so much time and cut my learning curve by 90%. Because most of the information we need to be able to provide really good service to the surgery center and feel confident while doing it, we already know. And the rest of it is basically tailoring the information that we know and delivering the value and the service to the surgery center. So, the way I set up my program to help you do this, there are 5 modules. So, I will be taking the next few minutes and going over what is involved in the 5 different modules. Again, this is an overview. So, let's get into it. So, module 1 will tell you all about how to start your own consulting business and why would you want to do that. Well, I'm sure there are many reasons why you'd want to do that. I did it basically because I needed to find a way to increase my income and to support my family. And in time, it it actually worked out pretty good for me because I was able to consult while keeping my full-time job. And so, as a consultant, you can keep your full time job and you can be a consultant as a side hustle. Another reason I did it, again, is to have control over my financial future. Having a plan B if something happens at my full time job, I have a backup plan. Um, if the stress of my full-time job become too much, I have a backup plan, and circumstances change in life. So in my case, my husband became blind and I now went from depending on his salary to support our family to depending on my salary to support our family. And I needed that extra income to keep us going. And so, as a consultant pharmacist to Surgery Center, I was able to do that. So, that's an overview of Module 1, basically why you would start a business and all your reasons why you are interested in learning more about being a consultant pharmacist to Surgery Center. In Module 2, I will show you the opportunities for consultant pharmacy services. So you may choose my focus is on surgery center consulting, but you may have a different focus that you're interested in another area of consultancy. This information that I will be sharing with you will have the foundation, and with that information you would just need to get the specific area that you're working in, find out what the rules and regs are around the processes, and be able to create your specific consultancy around that. um, so in module 2 we'll be talking about, again, we just spoke about opportunities for consultant pharmacist services. And the third thing in that module is how to find your consultant pharmacy clients in the ambulatory surgery centers. How do you find these clients? And I found my client from a website that I created, and people found me online and they called me. Now I find my client from referrals, from networking, and from working with people in the past. In the industry, people move around, people change jobs, they pop up somewhere else. And if you have a good relationship with them, which I hope you would, then once there's a need for a pharmacist, you'll be the first person that pop in their mind and they will call you. And so that's how I've grown my business, from referrals. And I will share with you how I got my first pharmacy consulting client. Again, that was from my website. In module 3, just an overview, I will show you that once you decide on the area of pharmacy consultancy that you would like to pursue, my marketing plan of how I did it to reach out to potential clients. I will show you a template of the business card that I use, the letter of introduction that I use, how I made phone calls to potential clients and set up appointments, going and visiting the facilities, getting in front of the client and telling them how I can help them once they hire me for services. And I also talk about pricing your services, how to create a contract for your services, and of course how you should be prepared for your first visit at the surgery center. Then in module number 4, I will review the creation of forms and checklists. So again, in consultancy in the surgical centers, they're governed by CMS, which is the federal and the state rules, and of course the local rules that they have to adhere to, and also accrediting bodies. So they have standards that they need to meet, and so our job as consultant is to help them um, maintain the standards, and if they're not maintaining the standards, get them up to speed. And to do that, we perform our audits. And of course, you have to have policies and procedures. So I will share with you the policies and procedures that I have used, the checklist that you're going to need for your audits as you go into the facilities, how to set up your pharmacy services binder, um, the monthly inspection reports that you will need, how you manage controlled substance in the facility, the emergency cards, how to help the facility set up these cards, how to maintain them, the anesthesia cards, um, checking those on a regular basis to make sure that those cards are in compliance and that there are no expired drugs in the cards or in the facility, and state-specific laws and statutes that are required for managing pharmacy services, and also helping your clients to always be in a state of readiness for state service, because these facilities do get inspected, and what happens is when the inspector shows up in Florida, where I am, whatever they find, that is, if they cite the facility, that gets published online, and any person can search a facility and see what they've been cited for. And the last thing I'd want to see is one of my facilities cited, that I oversee, cited for having expired drugs in their crash cart. That would be very much an embarrassment to me as a consultant pharmacist. So To prevent these things from happening, I have forms and processes, and I reinforce these processes by educating the staff, talking to them. You will have a point person, which would be like the DON, they call them the director of nursing, and that person will be your contact. And they will help because you only visit the facility once a month, but you need someone there to ensure that things are run as you set up. So it's really important to have that and to keep the facility in a state of readiness. And in the fifth module, as a consultant, the most important thing you can have is people skills. Remember, people don't care how much you know until you show them how much you care about their outcome. Through questioning and talking with them in your visits, you find out what the problem is, you find out what keeps them up at night, and you let them know how you can help them solve the problem. Another really important thing is how to speak the language of your prospects so they know that you get them and understand that their desired outcome. So I hope that I have given you enough information about con- consulting, pharmacy consulting to surgery centers, and reach out to me. The course is it's not a very overwhelming course. I think if you're really interested and want to start your own pharmacy consulting business with surgery centers or in any other area, you will find the information in the course very much worthwhile.